A criminal history can reveal some of the most ambitious and daring crimes. Some well-planned plans have left officials and police personnel around the world scratching their heads. However, there are those offenders who leave us shaking our heads for different reasons. Some of them are so dumb that making them caught by cops was just a child's game. Here are the top 10 dumbest criminals caught on tape. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. R.C. Gateland. R.C. Gateland encountered some nice Detroit police officers who were showing off their squad car's computer to a few local kids in 1988. With his curiosity sparked, Gateland approached the officers and requested a demonstration, willingly handing over his driver's license so they could conduct a background check. Gateland had an outstanding arrest warrant for armed robbery, according to the cops. It didn't take long for the police to apprehend Gateland on the scene. Nonetheless, he had to be impressed with how nicely the technology functioned. Number 9. Tony Vann. Breaking the law necessitates a certain amount of daring. Tony Vann, a 37-year-old San Francisco hairstylist, took it a step further by driving a stolen car to his trial. Vann was facing charges for owning a stolen $125,000 Porsche Carrera, so perhaps he figured no one would notice if he showed up in court in a stolen Lexus instead. When the Yorkshire puppies he left inside escaped through a window, deputies from the sheriff's office saw and ran the license plate. He was accused of animal cruelty and possession of a stolen automobile and computer. Number 8. The living dead burglar. There are instances when staying dead is a good idea. The Virginia opossum impersonates death to evade predators, and some fish impersonate death to entice prey. However, when a 23-year-old guy broke into a Spanish funeral home in March 2008, he discovered that it is not the most effective strategy in the human world. When the police arrived to investigate the suspected break-in, he tried to deceive them by lying on a table in a glass chamber used for wakes. Police were alerted when they discovered that, for a corpse, he was unusually alive, breathing and all. Number 7. Trevor Jones. Trevor Jones, 34, couldn't help himself when he broke into a house in Gwinnett County, Georgia in November 2011. Unfortunately for him, he logged in using his personal computer. To be honest, it's understandable that he craved some social media quiet. A woman whose house he'd previously attempted to loot had observed his automobile, stolen his keys and wallet, and contacted the cops. Jones had to swim over a pond to get away before breaking into another property nearby. Nonetheless, he should have logged out of Facebook before leaving. Instead, he provided authorities with all the information they needed to identify him and issue arrest warrants. Number 6. Christopher Koff. There are numerous ways for a criminal gang to go wrong, but the first step is to get inside the building you intend to loot. Christopher Koff, 28, should have checked the hours before attempting to rob a Citizens and Northern Bank in Liberty, Pennsylvania. He raced to the door, wearing a ski mask and glove, only to discover that the bank had just closed. Employees inside wrote down Koch's license plate number as he sheepishly retreated, and he was eventually arrested. Number 5. Christopher Crone. Answering the phone is only polite. It may be someone significant, such as the firm in charge of monitoring the alarm you just tripped. Christopher Crone, 47, broke into the Junkanoo bar on Fort Myers Beach on his birthday to steal a bottle of Grand Marnier. He not only answered the phone when the alarm company called, but he also supplied his complete name. Based on video footage of the break-in, authorities were able to identify and arrest him the next day since he had not covered his face. Number 4. Michael Anthony Fuller. In 2011, a 53-year-old North Carolina man attempted to buy a microwave, a vacuum cleaner, and other items at Walmart using $1 million cash. The total cost of the goods was $476, indicating that he was rather optimistic about how much change Walmart maintains in the registers. Unfortunately, the cashier did not have $999,524 on him, and he was aware that there is no such thing as a $1 million bill, which resulted in Fuller's arrest. Number 3. an uncanny resemblance. A phony ID is a rite of passage for many teenagers. However, if you exhibit a phony ID, make sure you are not delivering it to the real owner. You know, the one whose picture is on the ID you're holding in your hand. That's what happened to one 26-year-old lady at Applebee's in 2013 when she handed waiter Brianna Pretty her own driver's license as evidence of age. It had been taken along with some other possessions a month before. Instead of handing her customer a margarita, Brianna brought the cops and the robber was apprehended. Number 2. Shaquille Mckinney. It is advantageous to be proactive in the corporate sector. So, when 14-year-old Shaquille Mckinney wanted to establish his own business in Gulfport, Florida, he began cold phoning people in his neighborhood. McKinney's telemarketing was not a scam. In his defense, he had a genuine product. The issue was that the product was illegal substances. McKinney's prospective marijuana empire crumbled around him when he called police officer Matt Parks, who agreed to meet with him and then arrested him and his driver, 22-year-old Michael Araba. Number 1. Macarthur Wheeler. Macarthur Wheeler was stunned when he was caught in 1995 stealing 2 banks in Pittsburgh. His logic was impeccable. Lemon juice is used in invisible ink, so rubbing his face with lemon juice would prevent anyone from seeing his face. The instance was dubbed the Dunning-Kruger effect by psychologists who examined it, a cognitive bias in which incompetent people are least able to identify their ineptitude and hence grow overconfident. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about our video? Let us know in the comments section below. If you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.